You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the October 7th, 2024 meeting of the Michigan City Fire Merit Commission. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
All right, let's call the meeting to order of the Michigan City Fire Merit Commission on Monday, October 7th. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Mr. Adrian.
Present.
Mr. Bishi.
Present.
Mr. Deutscher. Mr. Espar.
Here.
Mr. Nyland is present. Approval of the minutes of the regular meeting in September. Need a motion to accept.
Motion to approve. I'll second it.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 4-0. Communications and claims. The only claims that I have is the invoice for the promotional test. That is, I gave to our secretary, and they're gonna take care of it. I think it's roughly $6,600 for the testing. Report from City Council Representative.
I have no report at this time.
Report from the Commission's Attorney.
No report at this time.
Report from Union Local 475.
I've got these here. I'm going to ask that our council liaison propose a fire merit change for the application process regarding the physical agility test, converting that over to a national CPAT, and requiring that on the submission of the application. We talked about that last month. Chief and I discussed it. I surveyed the membership, and the majority of the membership are in favor. Chief and I are both on the same page that this is something good. A lot of the firefighters think that it adds a little bit of skin to the game, and it also reduces overtime costs and just streamlines the process for applicants. So it's something I'm going to ask that Daisy bring to the council. Other than that, I kind of want to wait until there's discussion on the promotional testing. That's all that I've got to report right now.
So this is what we talked about last time, right? So instead of them taking the test with them, they have to have it somewhere else.
Correct.
Come in to apply.
Yeah, so there's national testing centers throughout the state, throughout the nation. That certification lasts for 2 years, and they can use that for multiple departments. It's not just inclusive to Michigan City. They can do that. They run them at the MAC 3 times a month. So instead of us doing the application process and they've got 1 day to do it, they've got more flexibility on when they can get their test done.
Any questions from the Commission?
No. It's one less thing we have to get involved with, I guess.
Well, do we want to do a motion of support?
Sure.
Move to support.
Second.
All in favor, say by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Report from the fire chief.
I have our evaluations from this previous period. Would you like them now, or?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So I'll start with our incidents for the month of September. And that would be, we had a total of 417, 11 fires, 315 were medical calls, and the rest were miscellaneous. 13 hazardous conditions, 7 service calls, 61 good intents, and 4 false alarms. And 6 of those were special, see how they worded it, because I don't know what it is unless I see the report. It's just listed under special incident type. So, without looking at it, I can't tell you exactly what those particular calls would fall under. Narcan was used on 5 of those medical calls. So, like I said, that gives us a total of 417 for the month of September. And so I was looking at something else. I got myself a little messed up here. So incidents year to date is 3,868, which puts us 175 over last year at the same time, which was 3,693, or 5% over last year. So we do have an increased call volume over the year. Any questions on any of that? No? Okay. October anniversaries. We have Captain Robert Steinborn with 30 years, Captain Brad Craigbond with 24 years, Driver Operator Joe Gunchin with 6 years, Firefighter Derek Jenkins with 4 years, and then we have Firefighter Chase Martin, Andrew Cass, Mary Griffin, and Logan Doporowski with 3 years each. And Firefighter Richard Nagy with 2 years. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and we had a firefighter leave the job on September 25th with pension. I'm going to ask for their replacement for a new hire, and also you're for sure. So this month we're going to have another retirement at the end of the month, and I've cleared this with the mayor to go ahead and ask for that second name also, since there is a process to this and it takes time. Go ahead and ask for the second name also. So I'm going to ask for 2 new hires to cover the vacancy we have now that was created a week and a half ago, and for the upcoming one at the end of the month, so that way we can go ahead and get that process started.
Okay then, the next 2 people on the list is Jose Bagurin, I think that's how you say his name,
Yeah,
and George Bencomo. So I will contact them too.
Okay.
And let them know. And the first one, he'll be retroactive back to.
Yeah, I would assume that's how it'll be.
And was her?
Well, no, not necessarily, because he hasn't started yet. He hasn't come on yet.
Okay.
I mean, the opening happened. September 25th was the last day, so September 26th the opening happened. But no, we're not going to retro that because it's not a promotion.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we'll contact
his
and see
his
if
hire
they
date will be whatever day
he gets hired.
passes personal. Yeah.
I will call these 2 tomorrow and get the ball rolling on them too.
All right. Thank you. Also, I have.
Can we ask you a question then?
Yes, sir.
Chief, since you're asking for those 2, and one of them is for somebody that's going to retire at the end of the month, do you want to go ahead and ask for the next people for the promotional? Because you're going to have to promote a captain for.
I'm going to wait on that because his retirement date, it'll be less than a week before the next merit meeting.
Okay,
And so the retro that back would only be like,
a couple days.
yeah.
Okay.
So we're just going to wait on that. I just want to at least get the process started for the new hires so we can get them for their physicals and stuff, background checks and
Very
whatnot.
well. Okay.
Good?
Yep.
All right. You can go on the fire department Facebook page. What we're doing this month, it's a chalk art contest for the kids. All right. So what they do is you get chalk, and it's something. How do I best explain it? It's for Fire Prevention Month, for the Fire Prevention Week, Fire Prevention The theme is smoke alarms make them work for you. So basically what will happen is the kids can come to the admin building, all right, or their parents, whatever, they'll come to the admin building and they can get chalk. Chalk's already bagged up, ready to go. And it's only while supplies last for the free chalk. So you got free chalk that they can come and pick up at the administration building. And what they'll do is they go out in the parking lot, sidewalk, their driveway or whatever, and draw something themed with smoke detectors, or, you know, fire prevention. And then they'll take a picture of it and they will share it on the Michigan City Fire Department Facebook page. And then winners will be drawn the week after October 27th. So the deadline for this is to enter is 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, October 27th of 24 of this year. You can go to the Facebook page, get the information, see the same flyer that I have. But just to give the information on, if you get the chalk, you do the drawing. It says take a pic. So you take a picture, share it on the Michigan City Fire Department Facebook page with the hashtag Michigan City Fire. And the deadline, like I said, is 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, October 27th of 2024, and the winners will be announced. Don't know exactly what the prizes are right now, but from what I understand, it's running with the school system. So so the public information officer is working that with the school stuff and how they're doing that. Again,
So is there an age limit?
I don't see one.
Okay.
You know,
Okay, just curious.
yeah, no, I don't see anything about an age limit on this. So I had a couple questions on some things myself, but yeah, it's open to pretty much all kids, it looks like. And, that's really the information I have on that. What I see here is what you'll see on the site, so you know as much as I do. But there will be 3 prizes. So, yeah. Along with, speaking of our PIO, she was able to secure us a grant through LaPorte Health Foundation for $16,697. And what that's going to be used for is for CPR classes. All right. So some of the money will go to Stryker, which is the company makes AEDs, furnishes the AEDs. So we'll need to buy 3 of the trainers and 3 sets of replacement pads for that. And then the rest of the money, the other, that'll be $1,512, and then $14,737 will be paid to us. $10,000 for the certification fees, stuff associated with the, getting people CPR certified. And then $4,737 would be for equipment and materials, whatever we would need to help teach. Our buy-in to this whole thing is overtime. And what this is for is we're going to work towards becoming like LaPorte is a heart-safe, designated heart-safe community. So that's what we're trying to go for as well. And there's got to be a certain percentage of people within the community that's CPR certified. So we were able to get the foundation. We got the grant through the foundation to help us offset the cost of putting that on. And then after that, if we become a heart-safe designated city, it actually helps. I know with LaPorte, they were able to get quite a number of AEDs to be able to place throughout the city, so that helps have more access to AEDs and whatnot. So I'll have more information on that as we kind of get it going. So they can set up classes and whatnot. So I think it's a good thing. It's going to be a good thing for the community. My last bit here is an email I received September 21st, and I want to read it. I thought it was pretty cool. This is from David Harshfield, Darkside Rescue. Darkside Rescue is the ones that do the rescue for. They work with the Offshore Powerboat Association. They got the divers and all them dudes that help with the boat races and rescue people out of the water and stuff. So it was sent to me. It says, Chief Taylor said, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to all of your fire department, especially those members of your dive rescue team. For the past 4 seasons, Darkside Rescue has partnered with Offshore Powerboat Association, working as coordinator for rescue and safety. Each year, the experience just keeps getting better. Once again, you and your department have exhibited a sincere dedication to duty. I need my glasses, man. To duty and outstanding performance. From the first day of training with our boat race capsule simulator on through the race event, your team provided the best possible professional response. I highly recommend acknowledgement to your team for an outstanding job well done. One rescue in particular, firefighter Nick Pabon, which is actually Lieutenant Pabon, was teamed with Darkside Rescue diver Steve Bunting and Michigan Police diver Mark Galati. The team responded to an ejection accident on the west end of the race course. A diver was deployed from the Angel Rescue helicopter, and the team worked in amazing fashion to access the severely injured victim in the water, maintain a patient airway, and maintain cervical spine immobilization, and package him for transport to the responding fire rescue fireboat from LaPorte. Firefighter Lieutenant Pabon executed his part in the rescue as a complete professional. He was part of the training for that exact scenario just days before. A special commendation to firefighter Pabon is certainly well deserved. We look forward every year to the event in your city and hope to return next year to work with everyone again. Respectfully, David Harshfield, Darkside Rescue, Rescue and Safety Coordinator. So I thought that should be read out. Not that anything's good. So I thought that was really cool. I have not gotten back with him yet because I don't know exactly how to word that. But it needs a little more than a thank you. But I would like to recognize that. I believe that's all I have for right now. Oh, I do have a question. So what, for promotional testing, who all is retested? What ranks?
Driver, operator, and assistant chief.
Okay. And that, is there a date on that? I thought I saw a date, I want to make sure it's a for
No.
sure date.
There's not a.
Not a for sure date.
No,
Okay,
it's gonna happen right after you're done.
okay. Because I was gonna say, I saw 2 different dates, I wanted to see if there's anything nailed down yet. Okay,
No.
thank you. Then, from that, I guess I'm done. Thank
All
you.
right.
Could I make a public comment in regards to his report?
Sure.
For the retirement,
Yes.
for the retirement that happened, could we move on that, the promotions for that? If you guys are going to be moving forward with providing names for the hires, why wouldn't we be providing names for the
Well,
promotion?
that's up to the chief to say
I
that.
personally don't have an issue with that. I was just looking at, let's get the hires going. But if that's the case, then I don't have a problem. I really don't have a problem with that because obviously there will be a captain opening and then,
Because nothing.
Whoever-
Can't get promoted until he's gone.
yeah, he's not, yeah, so.
You get retroactive back to the day he leaves,
Right.
so that, I mean,
I guess, would there be a point in withholding that movement tonight?
I don't have an opposition to that, no. So
the only
if,
thing I see is, I know he says he's going, I know he says he's
I
going.
want to see him leave.
I wanna see, yes,
When he-
that's the
yeah,
chance you
he
take. You
changed his
can't
mind
promote
last day.
anybody, and then he changed his mind, I'm not gonna go. Now we promoted already.
Because for me,
The only thing that
I
I
feel
can
kind of funny about asking for the new hire, but I'm rolling the dice on this. That's why I looked at him and asked him. And he said right here, in the middle of the meeting for everybody to hear, he is leaving. So that's why I went ahead and asked for both names, because I had actually emailed the mayor and explained what was going on, and she's cool with asking for both names, since it is a lengthy process. If we have to shut it down, we shut it down for a minute, if he doesn't leave, but I feel confident that he is leaving.
Yeah, I had planned on waiting until he left, but with the new hire name being drawn, I feel like at that same time, the promotions could be determined as well.
I mean,
What if he
essentially,
changes his mind?
I don't
Last
All
minute.
that's scratch.
Then you're gonna have somebody else stand there and going, thank you for the promotion, and all of a sudden, I'm sorry, we gotta take it away. That's not right.
The same could be said about the new hire name too.
Well, but the new hire is one thing, I'm talking about the promotion's another.
I mean, the retroactivity is only gonna be a few days,
Correct.
so.
We just wait for the
Yeah.
promotion.
It's worth,
We got time, it's not like you're gonna be,
just worth asking.
and thank you for asking.
yeah, I'm not opposed to it. Like I said, I'm the same way. You know, I actually feel a little weird about asking for the name, but I'm gonna go ahead and want to take a chance on it and have faith that,
If he retires, it'll happen.
yeah,
And like you said, it is lengthy.
it is.
They gotta go through, first of all, get through the background check.
Honestly, the way it's set, honestly, the way the time frame is to even go get it, he's got to come in, or she got to come in, do the paperwork, and then we got to set up a time to go for a physical. And the way those times have been going, he probably is not even going to make it to the physical by Rob retiring.
Right, and he also, the first thing is background check.
They got to do the background
That's the
check.
first thing they do,
Right.
and then they come in after that, right?
So he might not be far into the process at all if individual chooses not to retire. But like I said, he's pretty set on going, so.
And he's not hired until he comes in and signs papers. We just tell him to make an appointment with the
He's
secretary to come
not,
in.
he's not really hired till he passes everything. Trust me, we've gone back and forth over a certain part of this whole hiring process, and they're not necessarily an employee until their first day, and they're sworn in, so.
Right.
Because if you're gonna consider them an employee when they come in and sign their papers, then we got some things to talk about. So,
Okay,
Okay.
I'm good.
all right. Old business. The only old business I have is a new test date for promotional testing. The consulting group that we used, URE, sent the wrong, made tests for the wrong curricular books to study. He missed an email that I sent him of what we wanted the questions to come from. He admitted that he made the mistake, never seen the email. I sent it to him. I have the tests, they're already done and ready to go. We just are gonna have to make a date. I did send out an email about October 19th. It was brought to my attention that there were a few guys that were on vacation. So then I looked at October 26th, which is a Saturday. One person was on vacation. I called and contacted that person. He said that he is not going anywhere and that he would be able to test. So everybody should be able to test on that date,
October what?
26th, 9 o'clock.
Did you contact all individuals that would be testing?
Nope, I used the one that was on vacation.
Okay. I did a survey of all the people taking the driver, that would be taking the driver examination, and I did it for a whole 31 days. And there would be 2 people from the driver exam that would not be able to make that.
They on vacation?
I'm not sure what exactly their schedule conflict is.
2 out of how many?
There was 11 that showed up. 2 of that 11 stated they were unavailable on the 26th.
Well, if they're on vacation, I could see us moving it, but if they're not on vacation, because this is when we went to this September 21st date, it was because the firefighters didn't want a makeup date, because they figured the makeup date was after the original date of the first test, and the persons that didn't show up for that date had a longer time to study than they did. So what we did was told everybody in advance that it's the 3rd Saturday in September. Figure it out. Don't take your vacation then or anything. That's why I went to see who was on vacation, contacted the person that was on vacation, said he's not going anywhere, he will be here to test.
If there was an option for a makeup date beforehand, they would have less time to study. Would that be an option?
No, that's why we shut that down years ago.
Right.
Because then you have, well, I only have, these guys get a week longer than me to study, or they get a week longer than me to study. So we nailed it down years ago. I don't remember how long it's been.
Been a while.
It's always going to be the 3rd Saturday. That way, when you draw your vacation, you know what's happening. So on the 3rd Saturday of September of every even year, that's going to be a promotional test weekend.
Yeah, for the scheduled September.
True, the scheduling, yes, but this is obviously
For a catastrophic situation with promotional testing, would it make sense to do a makeup day before the set day that you guys do for those that are not available on that day?
I think then, may I?
Yes, I wish you would.
I think then it gets to be, then is the excuse, well, I didn't do so well because they had longer. And so my test is not weighted appropriately or scored appropriately because they had longer time. I don't think you're ever gonna make everyone happy.
Correct.
So like, my son just took the LSAT. He didn't get to pick his date. This is the date of the LSAT. You be there or you're not there. It is what it is. So I just think you pick the date and you make it work.
If we got rules in place because of the past, there's no need to throw them all out because of snafu in the test.
Well, that's why I checked on vacation, because that's what was based upon when we changed it many years ago. If you're on vacation, you know not to put your name on, to take that date. So
You can only do so much. And then,
I mean, I want everybody to test, I really do, but I mean,
and then you gotta look at this side of the fence too. Are we available?
Right.
You know, and there's only, I say, what, 5 of us? And everybody's got something to do also. I mean, it's not like, you know, we're all sitting around here with our finger in the nose. So it's pretty important.
Just out of curiosity, what if just grade them as they are and just remove the questions that weren't covered?
they didn't ever
in the
test.
curriculum?
No. Chiefs walked, the guys that taken the assistant chief's test walked out.
They didn't even take it. They refused to take the test because they didn't have the studying facility, or the paperwork for it.
Well, but we talked about that briefly on the driver's test, but I think it could skew the results.
I did also send out a survey to all the people taking the driver's test, and I do feel that it would have to be unanimous, and there were individuals that wanted to retest. So because there are individuals that want to retest, I don't think that doing just.
Because they studied, half of the
Right.
test, they studied a different book than what was on. I
If
get it
one-
100%, I understand it.
If one person studied, you know, months of their life on that one book that wasn't on the test, I can see them absolutely wanting to do a retest.
I believe this test here is gonna be, you're gonna test again, but I think most people are gonna get promoted off the new test for a long time because you guys are so young. Somebody's gonna get in these positions, they're gonna be in the positions for years. There's not many gonna retire here, you know, so.
To next year.
So I think we just stick with the date, if we can agree on a date, October 26th, and go from there. I mean,
Right.
if you want to give me the names of these two individuals, I could talk to them and see, you know, what
I do have the
do.
names, I can give you. I can
You
give
know, but there's, I mean, that's all we can do. So do we need to make a motion to have this, the test date on, I need a motion that we have the new test date of October 26th, 2024, starting at 9 o'clock
AM.
a.m.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, so signify by saying aye. Aye. Oppose? Passes. New business. New business? Public comments? Commission's comments?
I'd just like to say a couple words real quick about the testing coming up. We really need commissioners' attendance, because you have to have 2 people inside here and 2 people outside. That's 4 of us. And there's no checks and balances. I mean, there's 2 people here. If somebody has to go to the bathroom, then you just have to walk them out there, make sure they're not messing around, going on their phone or anything like that. And then the other person stays in here and watches people testing. And they come back. And then 2 people out there checking them in. And it's a little hectic while, especially the first time around. This is my second time in 2 years I've been here doing it. And after 2 years, you forget what you did 2 years ago. I know I do. And so it's all, some of it's new and some of it, it's the same stuff. But we really need some attendance from our side of the fence.
I will be here.
Thank you.
I'll be there. Any other commission comments? Motion for adjourn?
Motion adjourned.
Second.
Next meeting will be Monday, November 4th.
Reduce having to be removed.
5 p.m. Thank you all for coming.
Cool.
Keep these-